Hello everybody and welcome to a video. Quick walk round a Mark 3 Escort left-hand drive that we've just purchased. The car starts and runs, although cold start and choke isn't very good. This morning I had to pour a bit of petrol down the carburettor and then she fired up, so the carburettor obviously needs a clean. Engine sounds okay when it's running. Big problem with this car is that the paint isn't very good. Rust wise, there's practically no rust whatsoever, and I will show you the rust that I've found. Let's quickly go around the car to start with. No rust in these wings. We'll come back and talk to you about the wings and doors in a minute. No rust in the doors, apart from that little tiny bit at the base of what is the passenger door, but the sills are pretty good. Coming up round this wheel arch, scrapes as you can see all over it, but no rust. Into this corner, pretty clean. Tiny little scab there on the by the towing eye. Boot lid's all good. Tiny little bit there under the light. He's reversed into something. It was an old French fellow who had it. He was the wrong side of 75. Had it a long time and must have reversed into something there. But every time I think he had a little nudge or ding in it, he got his paint out and found something that was roughly red and decided to touch up the bodywork. Is what you will see all the way round. Down this side, the sills pretty tight, pretty good. A couple of little scabs that have been touched up around the wheel arch, but nothing insane around the front of the sill. It's all good. I've had a good crawl underneath and got nothing to worry about there at all. Now, I think it's this door. Yeah, inside this door there is that hole there. It wasn't a hole, but I've had a good poke around and it's gone through, and I suspect there is a little bit there by the time you've taken that off that need a little plate in that door. Inside this one, exactly the same. The rest of it's all okay. There's a scab there, I'm sure we'll go through if you have a good poke with a screwdriver. So something there that need doing. And round to the front, this wing's pretty good. Front balance again. Told me he went into a bollard, so underneath that front balance is had a bit of a knock. And the bonnet is a slightly different shade of red to the rest of them, whether that's because it's been polished that way. He's I don't know, or whether it's a replacement bonnet. I'll leave you to judge. Now this front wing, this is where the issues start with the wing itself. The wing has obviously been crunched at some time, and there's some sort of, I don't know, red primer or something that's been put on the front of that wing, presumably to stop it getting any worse. And exactly the same. Oops. Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Right. Exactly the same on the top of the wing. And in that corner. shut line isn't brilliant. So I think this wing's had a ding. It's sort of been manipulated back into place. You can see that the leading edge of that door has been crunched where probably the wing went back. So he's done a bit of running repairs. As I say, all over the car there are marks where, if he thought there was any rust coming through, he's put some sort of, I don't know, primer, some sort of paint, I don't know. So it's going to need a complete repaint, this car, there's no doubt about that. But rust wise, apart from those few bits I've shown you, there isn't anything needs doing. Let's just stop it there and let's open the boot. Now then, I've taken the boot carpet out. The reason I've done that is so I can show you inside, and this really reflects how the car is underneath. The boot floor, I haven't cleaned this. This is how it came to me. Absolutely no rust whatsoever. And there you go, the wheel well. Some judicious use of tape for some reason, presumably the bungs have come out, don't know, but it's so clean considering this is a Mark 3 Escort. Now the other thing you'll notice is boot struts are fine, and it has a parcel shelf, although you won't be surprised to see that it's been cut to put a couple of speakers in. I bet those are have no use whatsoever today, but there you go, they're in there, and that's the whole back of the boot. Right, let's move on to the interior. Now then, the seats are okay apart from the driver's seat, which has had a little patch put on there and a little patch put on the top. I can imagine he's been handy with his needle and thread. How much of the original is behind there is your guess as good as mine, but that's what you get. The passenger seat is absolutely fine. It's got a period radio cassette. Now the top of the dashboard has suffered with the sun, and he's decided to use some mastic on that, so it doesn't look great. And the top of the doors, the door cards have got very sun bleached, but they are here. Now going into the back seat's okay, carpets are all right. There we go, and this side there is, just notice there is a tiny little mark there, which again, like the other side, if you had a good poke around, might go through, I'm not sure. But nothing in that door, that's all okay. So that's the interior. Let's have a look under the bonnet. Now then, let's show you under the bonnet. The slam panel has been hand painted with some sort of red paint, which doesn't look anything like the original, as has the top of the strut mounts. Both sides. Down the inner wing, again a patch of red. For some reason it's been hand painted on there by the look of it. I'm not over sure why. Now the engine itself does start and run. The oil is clean. Just show you that. I don't know if we can pick that up. The oil's nice and clean, no trouble there. Now the car had been sat for about 9 months, and there is just a hint of a bit of condensation, I think, there, that's caused a bit of discoloration of the oil. But I have to say that doesn't fit tremendously well, so could be that that's where a bit of condensation or moisture has got in. The oil itself looks okay. Engine starts and runs, as I say. People always ask what it's like around the battery, the fuse. Doesn't look too bad. The battery tray has been painted with some sort of black gunge, presumably to stop any rust which might start in there. Now the battery itself isn't included in this. I didn't get a battery with the car, although the guy drove it onto the trailer, but had already told me that the battery was apparently his brother's and he had to return it, and he showed me an old dead battery, which is of no use to man or beast. So you all know to get battery on it, but when you hear about the price, I don't think you'll be too worried. This is not an expensive car by any means. This is a cheap entry into Mark III ownership, and of course will be tax and MOT exempt due to its age. So that's all good news. So there you have it. Let's just close it all up. Now then, before I sign off, I've just forgot to say that on the roof there is another patch that's been hand painted on. By the look of it, I think he's had a roof rack on here, and that might scratch the roof, so more bit of hand painting, which is something, because the rest of the roof is really nice and shiny. So there's that, and also, don't hide anything from you. You might have not caught on the top of the tailgate, there's also some sort of scratch, which again has been touched up with a bit of paint that doesn't match. Not sure why you'd want to do all that, but he was obviously keen to stop it rusting, and he certainly managed that. Right, let's start it up and drive it. Take it very slow. There we go, brakes work. Let's just stick it in reverse. Reverse gear works fine as well. If you've got this far on the video, well done, because you can also have, as we drive past it, preview there of an XR3i, which we're going to do a video on shortly. There's some photographs up. It is advertised for sale, probably the price is a bit too high, so we're open to offers on that. XR3i from, I think, 1989. I'll have to remind myself by looking at the paperwork. But there you go, left hand drive, and that's up for sale as well. Anyway, back to this one. You hear the engine, you know we've been moving, so she's a starting and running car. Just the problem with the cold start, it really doesn't like starting from cold, so someone who knows what they're doing will have a go at the carburetor and sort the choke out, no doubt. So there you have it, a Mark III Escort, left hand drive. It's available for transport to the UK. We'll be publishing a price, and the price will include transport to England, where you can either use it for pieces or perhaps put an old one that you've got which is very rusty and make the two into one, or you could just put this one back on the road. It wouldn't take very much and be good entry level into classic Ford Escort ownership. So there you have it. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll put up a link to my email address, and you can ask me any questions that you want. There'll also be a set of photographs available on demand. Bye for now.